Hello and welcome everybody to a new episode on Theme Rhino. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to Theme Rhino. We're going to be continuing the series using the Alpha Wolf theme provided by wolfofshopify.com. I will leave my affiliate link in the description along with the discount code. If you guys are interested in grabbing the theme, you could essentially hit the add to cart and check out right there. Or you could just go to the Alpha Wolf webpage, which is the second link at the top, and kind of view their landing page and things like that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. And something that I do want to say is the Theme Rhino website is live, so if you guys need any services, we're going to be offering services. We have a blog set up on themerhino.com, along with other features available on Theme Rhino services, consulting, things like that. And also, if you need to contact me, go ahead and feel free and do so. I'll be leaving all the resources in the links in the description. Now, if you notice, this is not our first or even our second episode on this series. This is probably about maybe our seventh episode on the series. The first thing we did was we built this store using the regular Wolf of Shopify theme, which is this theme right here. And for many people, and I'll show you guys where it is. It's this theme right here. For many people, it's the link up here also. For many people, this theme is going to be sustainable for the beginner, the average, even somebody who's advanced. This theme will work out. The good thing about the theme is that it has a lot of conversion optimization tactics that really help you boost up your business sales. And I'm not speaking from an outside perspective. I'm speaking from a personal inside perspective. Okay, if you're running the typical Facebook ad kind of system where essentially people visit your website through a Facebook ad, and you're gonna want to use different psychological cognitive biases. And just to give you an example and preview the website, here are all the different features, split banners, if we just click on the product, we have, a scarcity feature, social proof feature, another social proof feature, sales feature. I mean, all these different features, they come together and they create Lollapalooza effect, which we have spoken about numerous times before. All these different cognitive biases come together specifically from an advertising type of platform, and making it very abundantly clear to the consumer that this stock is of high value but limited supply. And what does that do? That boosts sales. So the Wolf of Shopify theme, the regular Wolf of Shopify theme, will fit majority of people's needs. But now let's go ahead and jump into the Wolf of Shopify, the Alpha Wolf of Shopify theme, which is, it costs a little more. It's a little more refined, a little more professional, a little bit faster. These are just some things that I personally find in my own experiences. Okay, so let's go ahead and customize it. So as you guys know, we've done a few things. We did a lot of talking in the past few episodes, explaining why certain things are and certain benefits and things like that. And don't be mistaken, the Alpha Wolf theme does have features like a hurry, limited stock scarcity and things like that. But that's really not the main focus. The main focus of this theme is not to get an impulse buy. What it really is to create a brand effect, right? A long-term brand. So, there are more themes out there that create a long-term brand than there are to help create that fast impulse buy, which is why I would say the Wolf of Shopify theme, the original one, the cheaper one, is very, very interesting. And I really want to go deeper into that someday. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and continue. So we're on the Alpha Wolf theme here. There's a ton of features. That's kind of one of the benefits of this theme, the more expensive theme, is that it's very, very flexible. One of the things that aids a Shopify designer, UX UI designer, or any kind of designer when it comes to building a website is their abilities, right? Shopify was very limited as a platform in its abilities back in the day when we were talking about the original Shopify platform. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a very, very old platform. It was probably roughly in the year maybe 2013, roughly I was using it. And it was a platform that was very, very opposite of flexible. you couldn't really do much. You couldn't really add much. Now things kind of changed where depending on what theme you have, the more options you have. And this is one of those themes that give you countless amount of options. I couldn't even sit here and count the amount of features or benefits or sections that it has here and the total amount of versatility it has. So with that being said, let's go ahead and add some image type content on our store. So let's go ahead and look at the block images. So we have this block image here. I actually really like the way this one looks. We have block image text 2, so we have some images kind of like this, and we have block image text 1 plus text, which is an image followed by text on the right, text on the left, followed by an image, which is pretty good. Also, we have block text here. I actually want something visual, something image based. So let's go ahead and add, I think block image text, which is this one, is the one I'm going to go for. And let's go ahead and edit some of the text here. So let's select an image. Let's pick one of these images here. Okay. Now, something that I will say is that you want to pick the right size image for your website. So if it doesn't look like it's set up properly, it's probably because it's not. You have to select the right image so it looks apparent. I basically screenshotted images from Instagram, so that's why it doesn't look 100% optimal. There are different, pictures that would look better. Like this is probably a little bit more, this image right here is probably a little more fitting in terms of graphics, maybe even this one. But you want to pick the right images, which is why I tell people, when you pick an image, it represents your brand in such a way that sometimes if the image is pixelated, it doesn't look clear, nobody's going to want to do business with you. And that's just the fact. So here I added this little use shadow, image shadow. You could notice here it's a very, very, very light, subtle shadow. If I remove it, maybe you guys can tell the difference. It's just an image. And it's so subtle that you could barely even see it, to be honest. And we can even add a link. So the product in this in the image is one of the candies, the sour strips. So let's see in a color that kind of would fit. So pink lemonade is a good one, right? And so if you click on it, it will take you to the product page, which is really in this case what we want. So let's go ahead and save our progress. Remember that we always save our progress when it comes down to working with these themes. There are many times, and I've said this before, that I've been working on something and all my progress just disappeared because my computer died or something like that. Let's go ahead and select an image for down here. Now, if you notice, the preset of this image is a little bit wider, so we're going to have to look for an image that is indeed a little bit wider for it to make sense. But, in this case, I was kind of limited by the images and by the text that I had available to me because Sour Strips is one of those websites where they only shoot in a certain type of frames or a pixel configuration, which is unfortunate. I think if a brand is going to want to really do business, even though they're very, very successful, don't get me wrong, they should be shooting in, horizontal views, vertical views, just a whole bunch of different image sizes. And that's something I'll have to give credit for Alphalete for, is that they do that very, very well. And we've done videos on Alphalete before where they have a plethora of images from all different collections and all different views, vertical views. There's never a lack of, put it that way. So the reason why this image doesn't look right is because it's not horizontal. If I go to free images here and I search something like, any one of these random images like this, right, more horizontal looks a little bit better of a view. In this case, it's not what we're dealing with, so we're going to have to basically make do with what we have here, and I'll just select this. And we can also go with an image shadow. And in this case, the image looks a little bit cut off. So what we really need to do is we need to go over here and we need to go back to the original page and we need to take a look at the margin section. And I enjoy this section right here because it, like I said, that configuration, that customization helps a little bit here. So basically, with the way this works is you want to add margins to the top, to the bottom, to the left, to the right. They're optional, okay? In this case, the only ones we should care about is the top and the bottom. So we have 10 pixels here. Let's just copy the exact format. I don't even need to talk too much. Let's just copy the exact format. But before we do, I want to show you guys how it looks. Do you guys see the space, this word that says featured collections, the space from here to here, and then the space from this image to the footer. There's it's essentially cut off. There's no space. So let's go ahead and add this. We just literally copied and pasted the example, and notice immediately how there's a little more space. Now we want to increase that. Instead of 10, let's go for 30. Okay, and you can see now it's a little bit more comfortable sitting here, and it's a little bit more comfortable sitting here. So this is something I'm happy about. Okay, now notice how it says title here. It says featured collections. We could just take out this hashtag and says shop, and we could change it to shop our best candy. Right? Shop our best candy, shop our best selling candy, however you want to change the text up here. Okay, this is a little title. We could change up the title color to orange if we wanted to. We could change it to, like a pink or something like that. Let's see here. Just so many different options that we could do. Okay, and with that case, we have an image here, and we have the ability to change up some of the text. So if we look here, there's a button that says number 1. I could leave that the way it is, our top selling. I could change it to say whatever number I want, or I could just remove this entirely. So it's kind of up to what you want to do or how you want to set it up. I'm just going to leave it to say number 1 here, but I want to change this number, and I'll change it to number 2, right? So number 2. So you can see here, like this is our top selling one, number 1. This is our second top selling, so number 2, right? And this is just my form of customization. There's no rules to this. Remember that when you come up with your very first design for your store, you don't have to follow some kind of strict plan. Now, are there going to be times where I'll create a course or a guide or something like that that says follow this exact plan? And the answer is absolutely. Sometimes there are certain situations where you can run a certain type of ad and a certain kind of website configuration and have success, and we've done that over and over and over and over again with our testing. I've spoken about this before. If you're a member of the Theme Rhino family here on YouTube and you've subscribed to the channel, then you probably know back in 2018 and 2019, I've done this before, small parts of 2020, where every single month we create many passive income assets. When I say passive income assets, I mean Shopify stores, websites, landing pages, things that are essentially businesses that we sell. And we've sold physical products, we've sold digital, we've sold, you name it, we've sold it. Merch, the list goes on and on and on. And we've built some websites for clients, and these all through my agency. So there was a lot of work we did behind the scenes to understand what it takes to essentially build a website that is fitting. And like I said, the beginning is all about your customization, and then you react based on how the visitors react to your website, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to add a link here to this image, and this image is, I guess, some kind of flavor that we're not used to here. So I'm going to go here to products. I'm just going to select a random one. I'm going to click green apple. I know this is not the green apple flavor. I know it's like a mix between something, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. And let's go ahead and save here. Just save our work. And I want to do actually a little configuration. So you see how this background is like a pink, and I have some pink purplish colored text here. I want to do the same here, but for green. And I want to, more importantly, this is a title, so we might even change the color of this, but I want this color to match here, and I want this to match this. So with our green, with our number color, let's go with like a light green, maybe something like this. So you see how it matches, and then we could do the exact same with our text. So that would be pretty cool. And with the text here, this is the text. I want to make this a little bit darker, so just a tiny bit darker, and so that it creates this almost like this. I don't know what the word is, but it creates, and you guys have to forgive me here. I'm lacking focus, but it creates a contrast. That's the word I was looking for. This viewable contrast, and we could do that with the price. We could do that with the color on top. We could do that with the headline, with the text, and with the price. So you can notice here the price is a little bit faded. Not faded, but a little bit lighter, and we'll change the price up here to $19.99 as it is, okay? And we have the image and the text here. So that's what I'll go with. And I'll follow the same format above. So we have the text is a little bit darker, the headlines is a medium, not too dark, not too light, and then we have a light colored text. So let's go over here to the product price, or the product. The number color, we want that pinkish type of color. So let's go over here, the pink, okay? And let's see how that looks. And if we need to change some things up, let's change it a little bit more. It's generally a little bit lighter of a pink. Let's see here. So that, I think, looks pretty decent. Here we have our title color. Okay, so our title color, we are going to make it medium, somewhere in the middle here, which is probably right about here. Okay, so that's looks about right. And we have our text color. Our text color needs to be a little bit darker than what we previously had, so something like this would work well, maybe even just a little bit more. Okay, so it's clearly visible. And then we have finally the price, which we need to go a little bit lighter on, which we could kind of do it kind of like this, and we'll see what happens there. So there we go. You could see here now the differences between the two. And for the title, honestly, we could just see if we could just remove it here. We just removed the title, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now we have a text that rotates here. This text, we can give it the title of the product. So in this case, the product is, I believe it's pink lemonade. Pink lemonade. And notice how I made it like a full text line like this. What I actually want to do is I want to take this word lemonade. I want to place it under the word pink. So I'm going to put in a break here. And basically what the break does is it essentially breaks the line. It breaks the line of the word pink lemonade and separates them into two lines. And we have a position, we have right, and we have left. So we could set it up kind of the way we want. In this case, I do want to have it close to the picture, the same way this one is. And so I'm going to keep it like that. Notice how everything is synchronized almost. It's almost unanimous. It's almost the same, even though they're opposite. And that's a tactic that's been used in design for a very, very long time. A lot of people do this kind of tactic when it comes to designing. It was one of those same features, and I'll just show you guys that feature with the image, the text and image feature. I think it was image number 3. We actually just looked at it in the beginning of the video. It's one of those features, again, that's similar yet different. And I'll explain what I mean when I just show you guys in a minute here. Let's just pull it up here. Let's see here, because there's so many sections and so many features of this theme. Sometimes you could get a little bit lost. We have banner, image, text, this feature right here. It's exactly the same, yet it's opposite in nature. So you have the image, you have a headline, you have text, and you have a little, I guess you could say, a title here, but it's like probably title version or heading version 4, maybe 5, maybe even 6, right? But we have the exact same thing here. Notice the text is set up the same way. The text is set up the same way, but it's opposite, meaning it's placed differently. It's synchronized together. It looks very smooth. It looks like it all fits, but it's different. And that's just another way to grab people's attention. And there's no book written on this, at least not to my knowledge, but you could see this through time and time in history of looking at thousands and hundreds of websites. You tend to start noticing these similarities and differences among different brands. So just it's something I just figured I'd say here. In this case, we have green apple. This is not the actual green apple flavor or the photo of that, but we're going to go with it for now. I think this is like a seasonal flavor that they had. So let's go ahead and go with green and then followed by the break. And let's type apple over here. And notice how it looks somewhat similar to this setup. So pretty decent, right? And let's go ahead and just save our work so far. Okay. So now what I want to do is I just want to get rid of all this other stuff here. I just want to get rid of it so we can appreciate what we're really getting to see. And that's a very well built section in our website. So we have the colors, the numbers even. The numbers are not necessary. They're optional, right? We have image, a clickable image, some, side headings. Just looks clean overall. Just looks great, right? And on the top we have a browse all products section from the product carousel tab. Now, speaking of the product carousel tab, this doesn't look as clean. And I looked at it, a few days ago. The box here followed by a larger box, smaller box. This just doesn't look clean to me. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get rid of the all section. We're just gonna get rid of it. And we have candy, we have clothing, okay? Instead of new arrivals, we're gonna call this bestsellers. Okay? Bestsellers. And either way, guys, the store doesn't have that many products anyway. So this is gonna be, it's gonna do the job, basically, put it that way. Now, under all this is when we'll have a grid that kind of mixes and matches different products. But we're not going to do that exactly right now. I want to look through some of the other sections and see what could fit with what we're doing here. So we have a block list, right? We have a block list categories. Actually, come to think of it, I think I like the way this looks. Let's see if this works out with the type of images that we have. So let's see here. We have blue, the blue flavor. Let's go on the Sour Strips Instagram, instagram.com/sourstrips, and let's see what kind of images we can utilize. So we have this blue one, which we did take a picture of. We have this green one. I actually like this setup right here. Like this image, and this image, we're going to utilize right here. So 1, 2, 3. And we want to, kind of take it in a way that makes it look somewhat decent. Let me just get rid of these links. This is the Wolf of Shopify link. Like I said, I'll leave all these links in the description. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen the other episodes, we have a lot of episodes. I'm going to be putting them in a playlist. I'm going to leave the full playlist link in the description box down below. It's completely free to watch. So if you want to see me set this whole thing up, go ahead and check it out. All right. So let me get rid of this right here. And let me take screenshots here. So I kind of want it just like this. So we got 385 by 539, right? Let's do it again. We have 380, let's see here, 385 by 513. This is going to do the job. Obviously, it's not as perfect as I wanted it to be, but we'll give it another shot here. Let's try that one. Now, they're all somewhat different, but we'll give it a shot here. Why not? Drop that. Drop that link. See how it looks. Okay, that looks pretty good. And let's go back here and just drag and drop these images. All right. And so we have the second image. And finally, we have the third image. And this is, in my opinion, just another way to create a lookbook. Now, this doesn't look evenly in the middle, so I'm going to retake that image. And let's do that kind of like this. Okay. And let's just drag and drop that here. All right. So there we go. That looks a little bit better. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Now, something that I'll do is I'll move this one in the middle because it just looks a little bit different. These two have the same structure. This one looks a little bit different. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little margin again. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to add a little margin. And the margin is going to be on the bottom. So I want a bottom margin of maybe 50. Not 350, but 50. Okay. And, actually, let's make the margin 0. I like a better 0 margin. Okay. So notice how it's kind of like this. And the top, let's also make it 0. Let's just do that. Why not? Okay. So now we have this, I guess you could say, this section here. We have some text. Instead of hashtag furniture, let's not even write hashtag. Let's write strawberry here. Strawberry. Let's pick, I believe this is mango. So let's type in mango. And let's type in here green apple. Now, or maybe, I don't know. Or should I just type in apple? Let's keep it green apple. Why not? It would have looked a little bit cleaner from the theme look if we just had one word, because these are also one word. But, it is what it is. We'll keep it the way it is. Let's get rid of some of this extra text right here. So here, instead of say categories, we're going to say our top favorite flavors. Or let's just hold on, let's spell flavors long. Let's just leave it say top flavors. That's it. Top flavors. See what we can offer. And you can see here, this is not a copywriting class, so I'm not worried about the copy, just the general looks. I'm going to leave this text the way it is, okay, because I have no interest in editing it. But you can see here, see what we can offer, favorite flavors, and we have the different kind of flavors. Let's go ahead and change the links for these here. So we have products, and we have here the strawberry flavor. Let's connect that. And the mango. And let's select once again, the product, the correct product, and tropical mango, okay? And we have finally the green apple, so let's select products and select green apple. And let's hit save. So now we have this section, right, with the products. We have this section, and then we have this section. You can see this nice little, whatever you want to call it, animation, where it kind of like slides in there or fades in. And I'll just scroll down to show you guys how it looks again. So if I scroll down, you can see there, it just slid in kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to add section here, and we can add another section. It honestly, at this point, when you're limited to content, it just gets harder and harder. But we can, kind of do what we want when it comes to that. We can feature a collection, different collections on the scale of products here. So why not? Let's just click featured collection here. Let's select a certain collection. In this case, we pick an image, so it could be whatever image we want. We kind of use that image up a little bit too much. Being that, we have different options for collections, I don't mind it, right? So we could select here, let's say, instead of t-shirt collection, let's say our 2021 candy collection, right? Let me go ahead and spell that right. Collection, okay? And then here you have a button that says view collection. Like I said, these were images I grabbed from Instagram. So, it's kind of set up that way. Image dots, I mean, let's be honest. We don't, it's optional. We can set it up. These are like corner kind of image. It's a corner image. Is it necessary? Not really. Could we set it up like this? We probably can. Let's go ahead, and we have two collections, so let's remove this one. Let's add a second collection, which it's going to be the clothing. The problem is that their Sour Strips, unfortunately, doesn't have good pictures of them using clothing, which is kind of crazy to me, because they do sell clothing. They should have some good photos of people wearing the clothing. I've talked about this before. I'm a huge fan of Sour Strips, so, I mean, I mean, they should, kind of have that. But, all they have is kind of like these basic, empty white background type images, which we can use in this case. I'll just take a screenshot here. And can I do it without this getting in the way? Let's see. Let's see here what we got. So hopefully we can. Yep, we can here. Let's save this image. Let's save the image there. And let's view this image. And hopefully this will go good with the way we'll set this up. And let's click on it here. And let's save that image. Okay. Now, do you guys see how this image is set up? Okay. This girl right here, she should be wearing this t-shirt, in my opinion. Or any other t-shirt for that matter. It doesn't have to be necessarily this t-shirt, but any t-shirt. And there shouldn't be this white plain background. It should be fun. It should be colorful. It should, represent the brand kind of the way you want it. Look at the Instagram. Look how colorful this thing is. And to have just a white plain background like this, that's, that's like something that everybody does. You want to separate yourself from the pack, right? So that's just kind of my opinion, but it is what it is, right? So here we have our next, I guess you could say banner, whatever you want to call it. And so we have the front image here, and the image dots we can add here. Okay, and slide over, take a look, and we could say t-shirt collection, or what do we label here? We had 2021 candy collection. Let's label this 2021 t-shirt collection. All right. So what just happened here? I have no idea. T-shirt collection. Okay. And is it all caps, which is what we need? No. So I got to write it in all caps. Just like that. T-shirt collection. Okay. So just like that. Looks pretty decent, right? And we have the view collection button, of course, and the collection is going to take them to the clothing, right? And back here, we have the view collection button. Let's just make sure it takes them to the right link. It doesn't, so we have collections and we have candy. And let's hit save here. So there we go. You could see here, we made use of these different designs. Now, something that I will say is this section doesn't look good with this section. Okay, this trending collection. So what we could do is we have really two options. We could delete this trending collections title so it looks like this. But honestly, that doesn't look clean to me. So let's go back here. There we go. Trending collections. And what we're going to do is we're going to use autoplay first of all. We're going to use infinite loop sliding. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the margins. This is in the case where the margins is needed. Also notice how this thing just slid by itself. It slid by itself because that's what we set it up to do. Okay. Now, the margins, and we also need padding, first of all. So let's be clear. We want some top padding here. So let's add 10 pixels and see what happens. So notice how it moved down a little bit. Let's add 30 pixels. Move down just a little more. Let's go for 60 pixels. Okay, that seems perfect to me. In this case, we don't even need margins, and we'll leave margins kind of the way they are. But now you can see here, it looks a little bit better. Okay, we could add a background image. So if I wanted to make an image kind of like a background image, I could. Once again, Sour Strips doesn't unfortunately have horizontal type images, which is a problem. They really, really should do something about that. They really should have some, not for the sake of this video, honestly, but more for the sake of their business. They should have some kind of hero banner or something like that. Even if I added this image, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look good. It looks like a website that was built in 2004. So this is, I'm gonna go with the plain white look, but once again, something that I would do if I was Sour Strips, I would shoot some photos in a horizontal kind of view. So this video kind of went on long enough. We're 34 minutes in. We've created 3 different sections. I explained kind of how the setup is, and you guys saw how it works. And once again, guys, this is the theme that we're using. Not all themes can do this, obviously. The theme that we're using is the Alpha Wolf theme. So wolfofshopify.com. I'll just pull it up. and it's this button here, the Alpha Wolf theme, if you want to read the whole landing page behind it, or if you just want to check out, here's the button. You just hit add to cart, right, and you hit the checkout button, and it will take you to it right here. Let me just get rid of this. Let me get rid of this, and I'll leave my discount code down below, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.